Well, we're now at the start of week 3 of the coronavirus crisis, and I thought I'd give you my perspective on where you should be as a leader, where your focus needs to be this week. Now, over the last week or so, if I look back, I've seen some amazing feats from companies. They have literally pivoted their company, changed their business model, right there through to getting whole teams working effectively remotely. The challenge I also see is a lot of businesses have done that, but assumed almost business will continue as normal remotely. In reality, that is not the case. The economy is seizing up. More and more businesses are slowing down. So the question is now, how can you survive? Where should your focus be now for the next week? Well, let's take a step back. If you remember last week, I went through the 4 phases of business disruption. First one being the initial impact. Then it's about withstanding the impact before starting to return to normalcy, and then ultimately the brave new world, whatever that looks like. Now we're very much in that first phase at the moment, that initial impact, and we're still withstanding that, understanding the implications of what's going to be happening. As a leader, this week your focus hasn't changed. It needs to be the same as it was last week. Firstly, looking at your cash flow. Now the difference looking at your cash flow this week versus last week is we've got more certainty as to how the government can support and will be supporting businesses, together with the timings. So you need to be looking at your cash flow, updating your cash flow again on a daily basis. And now you've got the information to start making those hard decisions about what staff you furlough and which ones you don't. Secondly, it's around operations. So operationally, what can you continue to go and deliver remotely? What do you need to go and stop doing? Stay close to your customers, understand where your customers are, understand also what customers are going to be at risk. Thirdly, it then moves on to marketing and sales. So marketing and sales, clearly this function has changed or needs to change quite radically to what it was doing previously. So with your marketing and sales, look how you can go and support your customers or get your message out there in an empathetic type way. Alternatively, if you're not furloughing your marketing and sales staff, look then, how they can actually get themselves in the best position for when the economy starts to restart. And lastly, it's about looking at a business model. The world is going to change not only this week, but for next month, the next 3 months, and all for the rest of the year. So what do you need to do to your overall business model and pivot that to really manage in this brave new world? So just to recap, we are still in the initial phase of the coronavirus crisis, still withstanding what that impact is. As a business leader this week, you need to be focused on 4 areas. First of all, your cash, updating your cash flow, starting to make those hard decisions. Secondly, it's then around your operations, staying close to your customers. What operations or what can you continue to deliver in the current circumstance? Thirdly, it's around marketing and sales. How can you best use that resource? And lastly, it's around pivoting and changing your business model. So final thought. When I look back to what happened in 2008 financial crisis, those companies which made quite hard and difficult decisions with quite deep cuts early on in the crisis came out of it a lot stronger than a lot of their competitors. So now is the time to look at that cash flow, look at your customers, look at what's happening in the external environment, and start making those hard decisions and those deep cuts which allow you to come out of the coronavirus crisis a lot stronger than your competitors. Stay healthy.